This guy transcends football for me. Ronaldinho. The streets will never forget him, Reeve.
Let's talk about Ronaldinho.
He's built differently.
And then I never seen a talent like this in training, in every drill. It's like, how is this possible? Physically, it's impossible to do certain things.
I think obviously the best football in the world is Messi.
Don't want to talk about the other five. Messi would be, for me, the player I saw would be number one, 100%. That's me. Lionel is for me the best.
We are talking about the best player in the world.
When Messi has the ball, 1-1-1, you are dead.
I don't think I've seen anything like it since Messi.
Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. Lamine! Fearless, but with a smile on his face. Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. The big man for the big occasion. Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
He's the chosen one after Messi.
There is a city in the northeast of Spain that refuses to play football the way everyone else does. Not because they can't, because they won't. FC Barcelona has always believed that football is not just a sport. It is a language. And like any language, it has its poets, its storytellers, its once-in-a-generation voices that come along and say something the world has never heard before. And here's the thing that nobody talks about enough. Just when you think that voice is gone forever, just when you think the magic has left the building, another one appears. Quietly, suddenly, as if the club itself is generating them. Ronaldinho, Messi, Yamal. 3 names, 3 eras, 1 unbroken thread. This is not a coincidence. This is Barcelona.
But he's the only player that I've seen in history that he could transform by himself 2 clubs. He did it in Paris, he transformed it. He went to Barcelona, and one of the worst moments, he transformed it. He had an aura, an energy, a smile on his face that it was impossible to be next to him and be in a bad mood, you know. And then I never seen a talent like this in training, in every drill. It's like, how is this possible? Physically, it's impossible to do certain things. It was unbelievable to play with him.
A 23-year-old Brazilian stepped off a plane in Barcelona. He had a smile so wide it looked like it belonged on a carnival poster. He had dreadlocks down to his shoulders. He had a way of looking at a football like it was his oldest friend. His name was Ronaldo de Assis Moreira. The world knew him as Ronaldinho, and he was about to change everything. The thing you have to understand about Ronaldinho is that he didn't just play football. He performed it. Every touch was a statement. Every dribble was a question that the defender could not answer. He would receive the ball with his back to goal, 2 men around him, no space, no angles. And somehow, he would be gone. And the crowd would be on their feet before they even understood what had happened.
One of your favorite footballers was the great Ronaldinho.
Correct. He was just free, man. He looked like he enjoyed himself when he played, and it looked like it wasn't about anything else apart from expressing himself and enjoying, which is, no matter who you are, man, that guy, you know what he's on. You know what he's about.
In his very first season, 2003 to 2004, he helped Barcelona finish 2nd in La Liga. Solid, promising, not yet extraordinary. But in 2004 to 2005, Ronaldinho became something else entirely. He scored 9 goals in La Liga. He created 14. He was the engine, the heartbeat, the everything of a Barcelona side that won La Liga for the first time in 6 years. He was named FIFA World Player of the Year, and he deserved every single vote. But statistics don't tell you what it felt like to watch him. There's a moment, a single moment, that tells you everything you need to know about what Ronaldinho meant to football. November the 19th, 2005, the Bernabeu, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Real Madrid, the Galacticos, the most expensive squad ever assembled. Zidane, Figo, Beckham, Roberto Carlos. Their stadium, their fortress.
Olha só o lençol, que beleza!
The Real Madrid fans, the fans of their greatest rival in their own stadium, they stood up and they applauded him. They gave a Barcelona player a standing ovation in the Bernabeu because they had never seen anything like it. because in that moment, they forgot about football tribalism and just watched a man do something that seemed physically impossible. That is Ronaldinho. That is what he meant.
I read somewhere that Ronaldinho was a big influence on you.
He plays with a smile on his face and like he plays freely, doesn't he? So I think everyone loves Ronaldinho. How can you not? I mean, he's a great player.
He blew my mind playing against him because he had everything.
You know, like all about fun and also scoring goals, doing assists, but the flip-flop, you know, everything, the style, the celebration.
But here is the part of the story that people sometimes forget. The part that matters even more than the trophies, even more than the goals, even more than the applause at the Bernabeu. In the youth academy at Barcelona, in the corridors of La Masia, there was a small boy, quiet, shy, from Rosario, Argentina. He had been at the club since he was 13 years old. He was 17, 18, trying to make his way into the first team, trying to find his place among men. And every day, he watched Ronaldinho train. Every day, he studied the way Ronaldinho moved, the way he controlled the tempo, the way he made defenders look stupid with a flick of the hips. And Ronaldinho, this global superstar, this carnival king of world football, he didn't ignore the small Argentine boy. He took him under his arm, literally and figuratively. Ronaldinho told journalists about the boy. He called him special. He played training games with him. He gave him his first taste of what it felt like to be treated like a player, not a prospect. The small boy's name was Lionel Messi, and Ronaldinho saw it before anyone else did. In May 2005, Ronaldinho assisted Messi's first professional goal for Barcelona. It was a chip over the goalkeeper, a goal full of confidence, full of purpose. And when Messi turned to celebrate, Ronaldinho was already there, smiling that huge carnival smile, arms wide open. It was a passing of something, not a baton, not yet, more like a whisper, a signal, a torch held out in the dark. Ronaldinho left Barcelona in 2008. He was 28 years old, and the world was already asking questions about whether his best years were behind him. And in a way, they were behind him at Barcelona. The lifestyle, the late nights, the way he seemed to burn so brightly that even he couldn't sustain it, it all caught up eventually. But he had done something that cannot be measured in any statistics database. He had given Barcelona its soul back. He had reminded a club and reminded the world that football is allowed to be joyful. It is allowed to be playful. It is allowed to make you laugh and gasp and forget for a moment that anything else in the world exists. And he had shown a 17-year-old Argentine exactly what was possible.
So let's talk about Ronaldinho. If you take my generation, we're all gonna say Ronaldinho was favorite. His prime was maybe 2, 3, 4 years.
Exactly.
He should don't have more, but what he bring on the pitch, thank you. Yeah.
In 2008, a new manager arrived at Barcelona. His name was Pep Guardiola. He was 37 years old. He had never managed a top-level club before. He was unproven, untested, unknown outside of Catalonia. And within 12 months, he would create the greatest club team in the history of football. At the center of everything, always, inevitably, was Lionel Messi.
We are talking about the best player in the world, and Messi has the capacity to solve the situation and to create a chance when you are not seeing the chance to score, and this means that this player, we are talking about a fantastic player.
By 2008, Messi was already brilliant. He was fast in a way that made no sense, with a low center of gravity that meant defenders simply slid off him. He could go past 3 men in a corridor of space no wider than a doorway. He was already doing things that made commentators run out of words. But what Guardiola did was give Messi a position that didn't exist before. He called it the false 9. Messi would drop deep, pick up the ball in space, and then drive forward at pace before defenders could reorganize. He was not a striker waiting for the ball. He was not a midfielder building play from distance. He was something new, something football had never seen. A ghost who appeared precisely where you least expected him and did precisely what you least expected him to do. In the 2009-10 season, Messi scored 34 goals in La Liga. 34 in a single season. That number alone would define most players' careers. But that was just a warm-up.
As players, you want to play against the best players in the world, and Messi is certainly that. So yeah, he's a fantastic player, and I'm sure we'll do our best to stop him from adding to that record in England. Yeah, well, he's set the standard. I think him and Ronaldo have gone above the normal standard that other people had set in the years gone past. And yeah, when you're scoring as many goals as he is, and 40, 50, 60 goals a season, as a striker, I want to try and match that and try and do the same. So yeah, he's definitely set the standard for the rest of us. And he still is. He's still scoring goals. So for me, it motivates me to get even better and improve, and hopefully one day, yeah, score as many, if not more, than what he has.
In the 2011-12 season, the season that made the whole planet stop and check if what they were watching was real, Lionel Messi scored 50 goals in La Liga. 50, not all competitions, just La Liga, just the Spanish top flight. The previous record was 40, set by Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi didn't just break it, he buried it. He finished the season with 91 goals across all competitions, a number so large that when people heard it, they assumed it was a misprint. It wasn't a misprint. Between 2009 and 2012, Messi won the Ballon d'Or 4 times in a row, for consecutive times. No player had ever done that before. No player has managed to match it since.
Obviously, the best football in the world is Messi.
Don't want to talk about the other 5. Messi would be, for me, the player I saw would be number 1, 100%. That's me. Lionel is for me the best.
We are talking about the best player in the world.
When Messi has the ball, 1-1-1, you are dead.
But here is what the statistics still can't fully capture. What made Messi not just the best player in the world, but arguably the best player who has ever lived, was the consistency. The relentless, unblinking, season after season consistency. Most great players have a peak. A window of 3, 4, maybe 5 years where they are at their absolute best. Then the body slows. The sharpness dulls. They're still excellent, but not supernatural. Messi's peak lasted 15 years. From 2007 to 2021 at Barcelona, there was not a single season where Lionel Messi was not the best or one of the very best players on the planet. Not one. That is not a peak. That is a different category of existence.
Who's the best player in the world?
Lionel Messi.
Who's the best player of all time?
Lionel Messi.
Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo?
Well, I think for the last 5 years, Messi's been the best player in the world.
He won 10 La Liga titles. He won 4 Champions Leagues. He won 7 Ballon d'Or awards in total, a record that still stands as of today. He scored 672 goals for Barcelona in 778 appearances, more than anyone else in the history of the club, more than anyone else in the history of La Liga. But beyond the trophies and the records, Messi changed what people believed football could look like. The goal against Getafe in 2006.
Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi.
The goal against Athletic Bilbao, where he weaved past 5 players in the Copa del Rey final of 2015. A goal that Johan Cruyff, the man who invented modern Barcelona football, called the greatest goal he had ever seen. These moments didn't just excite people. They reset what people thought was humanly possible on a football pitch.
I think Messi is one of a kind. What he's doing, I don't know if we will see another player do the things that he does, because he has his way of playing, the style, and to become that player, I don't think it's possible. That's why I say he's one of a kind.
And deep in La Masia, in the same corridors where Messi had once watched Ronaldinho with wide eyes, another boy was growing up watching Messi on the training pitches, studying the movement, absorbing the details, waiting for his own moment. His name was Lamine Yamal, and his moment was coming faster than anyone expected.
You always think that there's no way that someone's going to be better than Ronaldo and Messi. And in my time, you're like Pelé, Maradona, or whoever. Yeah, we can put Zidane. We can put a lot of people in that you R9 or whatever. And then Lamine Yamal arrives.
In December 2007, and this date is important, Lionel Messi was photographed for a campaign by UNICEF with a group of children. It was a photograph to promote child welfare and the importance of protecting the world's youngest generation. One of those children in the photograph, a baby, barely days old, held in someone's arms, was a boy named Lamine Yamal. On the day that photograph was taken, Lionel Messi was already a Barcelona first-team player. He was 19 years old, and the whole world was beginning to understand what he was going to become. Lamine Yamal was born on the 13th of July, 2007 in a small town just outside Barcelona. His father is from Equatorial Guinea. His mother is from Morocco. He is Catalan, Spanish, African, and everything in between. He joined La Masia, Barcelona's famous youth academy, when he was 7 years old. 7. He spent his entire childhood at that club, while other kids his age were learning to multiply fractions and figuring out how to ride bikes. Lamine Yamal was already developing touch and vision and awareness on the training pitches of La Masia, already beginning to show things that made coaches stop and look twice. In April 2023, at the age of 15 years and 9 months, Lamine Yamal made his first team debut for FC Barcelona in a La Liga match. He became the youngest player ever to appear for the club in a competitive match, the youngest in over 120 years of Barcelona history. Let that number sink in. 120 years, thousands of players, hundreds of highly rated prospects and La Masia graduates and highly paid international stars. And none of them, not one, had played for the first team younger than this 15-year-old from Esplugues de Llobregat.
He'd broken all the records in terms of like youngest to play in La Liga, youngest to score, youngest to assist, youngest to play for Barça. Like, it's just crazy what he's done. He's broken all those records. He's the youngest. Lamine Yamal, aka the youngest.
The football world took notice, but it was still cautious. Debut records are broken, sometimes by players who then disappear back into obscurity. Being young doesn't automatically mean being special. Then came the summer of 2024. And all caution evaporated. Spain entered Euro 2024 in Germany with a squad full of talented players and one extraordinary teenager. Lamine Yamal was 16 years old. Not 16 in a few months, not approaching 17, 16 years old, playing at a major international tournament against experienced international defenders. He didn't just cope, he thrived. He was direct, unpredictable, technically flawless, and physically explosive in a way that made defenders genuinely afraid of him.
What specifically makes him special to you?
Fearless, but with a smile on his face. Enjoying the moment, understanding the magnitude of the moment, and yet being able to execute under pressure.
He ran at people. He cut inside. He took shots. He created chances. He played like someone who had been doing this for years, not someone who had only recently been allowed to vote in school elections. Then came the semi-final against France on the 9th of July, 2024. Spain needed a goal. They were level. The game was tight and nervous, and the whole country was watching through their fingers. And Lamine Yamal received the ball on the left side, about 25 meters from goal. He opened up his body. He struck it with his left foot. The ball bent, it curved in a sweeping, violent arc, and it hit the inside of the far post and went in. It was one of the greatest goals ever scored at a European championship, by any player, at any age. Lamine Yamal was 16 years and 362 days old. 3 days before his 17th birthday, he had scored one of the most technically perfect goals in the history of international football. Spain went on to win Euro 2024. Lamine Yamal was named Young Player of the tournament. He became the youngest player ever to play in and win a European championship.
He's won a Euros. He ain't just been a part of a squad, he's won a Euros as one of the main players.
And let me tell you, every time he touches the ball, something good happens. Something productive happens. He has been Barcelona's best player and most consistent player. Again, we're talking about a 16-year-old. That's what's special, is that the moment may be big to others and may be big to most, but not to him. And then there's a quality with that left foot. There's a touch. There is a willingness to run at people. There's a lot to like about Lamine Yamal. Productivity, individual productivity, part of a group, knows what his role is, and he's doing it very well.
Back at Barcelona, the story continued. In the 2024-25 season, Yamal was a regular starter for a club fighting for La Liga, Champions League, and Copa del Rey honors. His dribbling numbers put him among the elite of European football. His chance creation, his progressive carries, his direct goal involvements, all elite. All by a player who in some other reality would still be in high school.
I don't think I've seen anything like it since Messi.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
He's the chosen one after Messi.
The best player in the world right now is Lamine Yamal.
I think he's the best player in the world today.
The 17-year-old, I think, is doing things that no other 17-year-old's ever done in football. I think at the moment. I don't know if there's anyone more exciting to go to a stadium and watch right now. Rooney, not doing what he was doing. Messi, the same. Neymar, Mbappe, Owen, R9. These guys, none of them were doing what this guy's doing at this level as consistent. Fact.
And the thing that makes him truly terrifying for defenders and truly electrifying for everyone else is the quality of his left foot.
He can do it all at the moment. He can come inside on his left foot, show him inside, he'll bang it top corner. If you're not giving him no space, he's got his head down, he'll play someone in with an unbelievable weighted pass. He assists as well as he scores. His decision making is that of a 28-year-old veteran. We've just got to realise what we are dealing with here. Are we talking about this guy the way he should be talked about? Because I don't think we are.
He has a curve on his shots that looks almost physically impossible. The ball bends at angles that defy simple explanation. He has something in the way he strikes the ball that is rare, that is not taught, that cannot be practiced into a player who wasn't born with it. Ronaldinho had it. Messi had it. Yamal has it. That feeling of inevitability. That sense when they receive the ball in a dangerous position, that something is about to happen.
But at 17, you wondered if he was the player that could carry this great club on his shoulders to glory. And again, you saw it in full evidence today. We are now gone well past the conversations around Lamine Yamal's importance to Barcelona, and it's firmly in the camp of, is he the best player on the planet right now? All evidence points to yes.
If this guy stays fit, this guy's not any injury problems, there is no reason why he can't be, not the, but maybe one of the best players you've ever seen.
Football has a long memory. It remembers the night Ronaldinho made the Bernabeu stand up and applaud. It remembers every one of Messi's 91 goals in a calendar year. It remembers a 16-year-old bending a ball into the top corner of the net in the European Championship semi-final, while 70,000 people lost their minds. And it asks a question, not loudly, quietly, the way a good question should be asked. Is this a coincidence? Is it purely random chance that one of the world's great football clubs keeps producing or attracting the most extraordinary players of their generation, one after another, with barely a gap between them? Or is there something in the water in Barcelona? Something in the philosophy, in the culture, in the specific way that Lamine Yamal teaches children to see a football pitch as a canvas rather than a battlefield? Maybe it doesn't matter which answer is true, because the result is the same either way. When one genius leaves Barcelona, a genius who has given everything, who has squeezed every last drop of magic out of his years at the club, another one appears. Younger, hungrier, still forming, already spectacular. It has happened twice in living memory. There is no reason to believe it won't happen again. Barcelona doesn't just produce great footballers. It produces the kind of players that people will still be talking about 50 years from now. The kind of players that make people fall in love with football who had never cared about football before. The kind of players who make you feel, watching them on a screen or in a stadium on a cold winter night, that you are witnessing something genuinely rare. Something that the universe doesn't hand out very often. Ronaldinho lit the torch. Messi carried it further than anyone thought possible. Lamine Yamal has just picked it up, and somewhere in La Masia right now. On one of those pitches in the northeast of Spain, there's probably a 10-year-old who hasn't been born yet in our imagination, who will one day step onto the Nou Camp pitch and make the whole world stop and stare. Because that is what Barcelona does. That is what Barcelona has always done. And if history has taught us anything, if Ronaldinho and Messi and Yamal have taught us anything, it is this. The magic doesn't end. It just changes its name.